Oh boy. Oh boy, here we are. Oh, straight in there. I'm so scared to look. Ah! Where's my car gone? Everything's missing. Oh dear. So I got a little bit carried away with the car. I don't know how to explain this. We found a little bit of rust, like a tiny little bit. I'll put a picture in. And I think it happened during there's a raining season in Thailand, and the car was outside when the bodywork was getting done, and I think some water got trapped somewhere because the rust was from the inside out, not from the outside in. And I remember the carpet being a little bit damp, and we were really confused why. So they found a tiny little bit of rust, and so we decided to completely refurbish the inside of the car. So cut the rust out, re-weld it, strip everything out. You have a look inside. You can see that basically, yeah, the whole interior has been cut out. Still got a little bit of, see, looks, you can see right here, there's a tiny little bit of rust, and this must have happened during, I mean, it rained for like a month, didn't it? It was like a whole month of rain. It was crazy. Just really unlucky. And I guess a combination of that rain and the crazy heat just like, you know, really amplified the rust process, because that was only what, 1-2 months? But it's a good job 2 months. But we caught it, which is really good. And so the whole car's been rust treated, everything. And we're having it soundproofed as well, which you can see over there. Some of it's in. But I'm also doing some upgrades. I don't like the Skyline gearbox and gear shifter, so I'm putting an original BMW one in. I mean, it's not finished, but that's an original automatic BMW shifter. The dash has been upgraded. It hasn't been done yet, but I've got a new piece. And yeah, like everything's been rust treated, including, if you come around here, if it opens. Okay, well, you can't really see, but if you can come in, and here, there we go, see. It's completely treated. I mean, there is no rust, but those holes are supposed to be there. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be that big, but if it's not, we'll get that fixed too. I think they're called drainage holes, so. Yeah, it's really weird, because when I bought this car, I checked it and there was not a hint of rust, just like your car's got no rust. So yeah, I just got unlucky, lucky, depending on how you look at it. But the treatment they're putting on it, I forget what you call it. It's got different names in different countries, but it's like a protection coating. It stops rust from ever happening again. All new cars have this, but in the 80s, like even 911 suffered with this problem. They didn't treat the metal with this coating. They, if you ever see a car getting made, you see like the chassis get dipped into like a bath. They didn't do it back in the day, which is why getting an old car like this is really hard, because they're all rusted to bits. My supercharger's here, but not here. It's at home, and I can't carry it because it's the size of a car. It's a 2-litre TVS supercharger. It's like, you say it's that big? About that long? It's as big as the engine, isn't it? It's huge. It's massive. But that's a performance modification, and I'm not going to be bolting on superchargers and tuning the car until I've got everything, you know, I mean, I've just found rust for goodness sake, so until everything is exactly right. It's got Bilsteins on it now, which I put in a previous video. You can't really see them. Yeah, if you look in there, you can see the yellow. I love that yellow. Is it sharp in there? Can you see it? The yellow damper. Is it sharp on the camera? Anyway, they're B12s. It's got B12s on there. Anyone knows about suspension knows B12s are pretty awesome. I mean, I'd rather have B14, which is an adjustable coilover, but they don't make it for the E30, which is a shame. It's really, really hot. You probably notice I'm getting browner. That's not me messing with the color filter. I'm naturally getting browner. Kind of makes sense since I live in Thailand now. Well, I think I live in Thailand. I mean, it's a bit of a confusion with my visa at the moment, isn't it? They keep changing the rules on the visa. It's really confusing. I always obey every rule, but literally I've got a very special visa, and when I got it, we call it the Kelly curse. Literally, when I got it, I think I must have been a few days off a cutoff, and they changed a few of the rules around, so it was a little bit trickier, but we caught it in time, didn't we? And we got all the paperwork, and they're making it harder for foreigners to live in Thailand, if you don't know. I wouldn't say it's racism, but it's kind of like that. There's a few issues, but you know, I'm lucky I've got Yanita, so she straightens people out for me. You're like my security in Thailand, aren't you? Oh, you can see the soundproofing going in. I mean, the thing of these is that they always look worse before they get better. So, yeah, it looks pretty awful. But it will look awesome. It will look brilliant. It will look great. Now, probably thinking, God, Daniel, this is costing you a fortune. Honestly, no, it's not. In Europe, this would cost you a lot of money, okay, to have all this stuff done. In Thailand, it's like 20% of that cost, because labour is a lot cheaper. I mean, that's a conversation for another time, okay? I don't actually agree with the day rates, what they pay here, but I guess you could say that's a benefit. So labour intensive things like stripping out the interior, treating the metal, a lot cheaper. So that's pretty cool. Cars cost a little bit more, but actually fact, this was quite cheap, wasn't it? So yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. I've got an exhaust leak from the header, which is so frustrating. That needs to be fixed. I'm losing power. I need to sort that out. The headers on it are really bad. I would love to have some like custom long tubes put on there, but it's an E30 and it's got a massive V8 in it. There's like no space, so I've got what you call a log manifold, which is the worst manifold you can have. So you're losing performance, but I'm just gonna have to have it welded up, and we'll deal with it sometime later. I mean, it's gonna have a bloody supercharger on it, for goodness sake. I mean, it's not gonna be lacking in power. But it's just one of those annoying little things. It's got a overheating issue, which is really weird. It's just happened recently, and I've refurbished everything. I've done the water pump, I've done all the pulleys, I've done all the bearings, I've done the cam belt, I've got a new thermostat, I've had the whole cooling system flushed and checked, I've had the diff oil changed, obviously an oil change on the engine. I've done everything. The fans kick in like they should, so, and everything's working, so we're not sure. I mean, it's a testament to the engine. The 1UZ is so strong. The temperatures it's getting to, like 105, 110 Celsius. Any other engine would be dead. But it's a Toyota / Yamaha engine, and it just takes it. So it's a minor problem. Find out what it is. I bet it's like a, you know, like a $10, £10 part. That would just one of those things. But it drives fine. So, and the aircon's ice cold. I'll figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at the moment. It looks bad, but it's not bad. Do you like my wheel caps? I keep saying that, don't I? I love my wheel caps. They're really hard to find. I wanted green, you told me to get red, but I'm a green man myself, as you can tell by my green Jordans and green shirt and green watch. But I guess the gold and the red kind of goes with the gold of the car, right? Yeah, you see, I've only got 215s on it. I need to sort that out because I'm going to be pushing close to 400 horsepower soon, and 215 is pretty skinny. And it's going to be pretty scary. Pretty scary. Be interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I find your car a bit more fun to drive. It's a little bit more. That's another video though. I don't know. Your car's just more sprightly.
My car is smaller and your car is larger.
I wouldn't say it's small. I guess it is a little bit smaller. I think the weight is the same. I mean, they're both very light. I think this is lighter than your car.
My car is lighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Check the tech specs, people. Is an E30 sedan lighter than a E36 compact? I don't know.
I feel it.
YouTube, you look. Hit Wikipedia. Alright, okay, so that's me. So yeah, bad news really. But at least we caught it, because if you don't catch the rust early, it just spreads and spreads and spreads, and then you got yourself a rust bucket. But then again, that's not a problem either, because there's so many E30s here with no rust. I could just buy another donor car and just swap everything over, but I mean, I don't really want to do that, so yeah. Okay, so that's where we are right now. We're now going to do a video on another car, but not with me, and you can't see that yet because that's going to be for much later. And I feel as if I'm building a better car for you than I'm building for me. I'm talking to the lady behind the camera. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget my Instagram. I sometimes post some weird stuff on there, so you know, have a look. Oh, what's that over there? It's got a massive turbo on it. Look at the size of that intercooler. I think your intercooler's bigger though. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Intercooler? What am I talking about? Alright guys, see you later. Bye bye.